read it on your smartphone or tablet. Download now by searching Bakersfield Californian in the Apple, Google, and Amazon app stores.
From the Bakersfield Californian, this is the Renegade Report.
And here's your host, Francis Mayer.
Howdy, ladies and gentlemen. It's the moment you've all been waiting for. I'm Francis Mayer, Sports Information Director for the world's finest junior college athletic program. And that goes for not just this planet, but the entire galaxy. You will not find a greater assemblage of junior college athletes than you will when you watch the Haley Street Heroes. Now, you've heard a lot of things about football, of course. You've heard about hoops, and we're going to get to them because they had a great night last night against Canyons, one of our nemesis. But do you know about swimming? It's, as you'll find soon, the most popular sport in the United States once every 4 years. And Eric Wood of the Bakersfield College swim team is going to tell us why. How are you doing today, Eric?
Good, thank you.
Awesome. It's good to have you here. You're a swimmer, and you had a event that you competed successfully in recently.
Yeah, for once. It was awesome. everything came together, for about 5 races. Yeah, we had the pentathlon over in LA Valley.
And what is the pentathlon?
The pentathlon, it's actually my first time encountering it. I'm a freshman, so This is my first year on the team. And
not a high school event?
No, this is not a high school event.
This is strictly for grown-ups.
Oh, this is for big boys.
Awesome. And what is it?
So this is... It's basically 5 events in a row. It's a 100 butterfly, a 100 backstroke, a 100 breaststroke, a 100 freestyle.
The butterfly is like...
Yeah, it's where you bring both thumbs forward.
Okay.
Okay, your backstroke's on your back, of course, and your breaststroke is out in front of you.
Right.
That's the one with the frog kick, and then your freestyle is your freestyle.
But when you do the butterfly portion of this, I'm going to ask you every question I've always had about swimming, so get ready.
For sure.
That is not the fastest stroke.
It can be.
Really?
Depending on who you're racing.
Okay.
Technically, I guess no. The fastest 50, for instance, is a 75. Or I'm sorry, is a 50. No, it's a 17. Man, 50s and numbers are hard.
So, I totally agree. Which
stroke
produces the fastest times over 50 meters?
Freestyle.
Okay.
It's
so is there like a gentleman's agreement when you do this one?
The butterfly?
The butterfly, thank you. Is there a gentleman's agreement that you're going to stick with that stroke? Can you be penalized if you don't follow that stroke perfectly?
Do you mean like in the event or on the team?
In the event.
Yeah, if you don't follow, the strict technique, guidelines set in place by USA Swimming, you get, disqualified or deked. And that happens when you, don't do something right, and then that disqualifies your entire race.
So you kick straight out with your legs together in that stroke?
Yeah, your legs come down like a dolphin almost.
Okay.
So.
And in freestyle, you're like paddling them.
Yeah, freestyle, your legs are going alternating but symmetrical at the same time.
Okay. So when you competed in the pentathlon, where did you place in the men's event?
I actually placed consistently second. I got 3 seconds, a third, and then a first in the 100 IM, which was the 5th event in the pentathlon. It's really weird because I only lost... I got first loser, basically. I got second by a second or so each time. And yeah, but it's kind of cool because the guy I lost to in the butterfly, I beat in the backstroke the next event by 6 seconds.
Oh, whoa. So you actually made up.
Right.
Is it comprehensive?
Yeah, so it's a conglomerate of all the times. So they bring them together, and then the sort of like golf, the less points you have, the more points you have, basically.
Sure.
The lower your time, the higher you place on the list. So I ended up placing first by 9 seconds at the end of the day. So I went I think a 4:40. No, I'm not sure what I went. It's hard to tell. I remember.
So did you finish first overall?
Yeah. The entire meet.
Get out of town.
Yeah, I got first.
That had confused me. Okay, very good. So you only won one event, but you won first place overall.
Yeah, but I did just well enough to be the most utilitarian swimmer in the pool. So
yeah,
we actually had 2 more swimmers make it on the list. We had a good friend of mine, Michael Fink. He got 5th place.
Okay.
And a good friend of mine, Jamie Arroyo, and he got 8th place.
Okay. Very
So
good.
We had some girls making top 10 too.
Awesome. Yes, we will get to them. Now, going back to the backstroke, you beat this kid who had beaten you in the previous stroke. You beat him by, you said, 5 or 6 seconds. Isn't that a lot of time in swimming?
Yeah, I mean, depending on what age you are and how fast you're going, 5 seconds in a 50, for example, is like 15 yards.
Yeah.
I mean, it's quite a bit. It's just like in driving, 1 second is a lot longer if you're going 60 miles an hour than it is if you're going 5. So the faster you go, the more time you're taking up, and especially in the 100, it's a sprint event, so the fastest you could possibly go for 4 laps.
So these were all 100 meters?
Yeah, it was all 100, and it was all continuous. So you did your event, and then you waited for about 20 minutes for everyone else to do their event, and then the girls went, and then the guys went.
Oh.
Girls went, guys went. So there was no breaks. It was just waiting your turn to go again, basically.
And how are you staying loose and warm and like there's an old wives' tale that you're not supposed to eat, I think, 20 minutes before you get in the pool?
Right, yeah.
You're laughing.
Yeah, I've never followed that. I mean, I don't know. It's not so bad in the summer or the spring, but in the winter, parkas are pretty popular. You'll see parkas that go down to people's ankles.
Yeah, parkas and Uggs, right?
Yeah, parkas and Uggs. Yeah, that's your classic club swimmer look. So
well, let's make a distinction now. What is a club swimmer? What is not a club swimmer?
A club swimmer is someone who's been doing this on their own time, not so much high school time or college time.
Gotcha.
This is someone, a kid who's been doing it since he was like 5 or 4. So it's
Have I
someone who's
ruined
been
my kids'
brought
lives?
up.
They're 8 and my eldest will be 10 pretty soon. Have I ruined their lives by not plugging them into an Olympic development program yet? You can tell me if I have. It's okay.
It's good to force your kids into sports. It's good to. No, I'm just kidding. It's not. It should definitely be something they want to do. And there's
Sure.
no way to. Most club kids enjoy racing, not so much practicing. So it's always a constant battle to come in, day out. I mean, 6 days a week. That's what makes a club kid. And college kids are pretty similar, actually, minus the Uggs. So I mean, we come in every day and we work out as hard as we can.
But it is a very funny thing when you look at we'll look at the Olympics, because you were the one who told me that swimming is the most popular sport.
Right.
And explain that.
Well, I mean, it's you don't really see a whole lot from Michael Phelps or Peter Vanderkay or Larson Jensen, who's a local Olympian, or Gabe Woodward, who's also from Bakersfield, or bigger names like Ian Thorpe, Torpedo.
Right.
You don't hear a lot about those guys until the Olympics rolls around, and then that's when those guys exist again. Awesome. Let's
And
go
no
see
one
what
will
else.
shut up about
let's
them.
go see what else the America can win
Yes.
at the Olympics.
Right.
We dominate with like 40 gold medals a year.
Right. And why is it that we do so well in swimming, and why have we had so many, well, I shouldn't say so many, but we've had Olympians, period, from Bakersfield?
Honestly, I think it's the diversity we have here. I really don't think that you can have, the kind of versatility you have here in a monogamous country. I'm sorry, a homogenized country.
Yes.
So someplace like China, they may have really good kids because they've been instructed, or they have to be the best. In
Right.
America, it should be a personal choice. And it really is a personal choice.
No, it absolutely is. We are allowed to follow our bliss here.
And I think motivation is what really pushes a lot of American swimmers to be better, just because they want to, not because they're forced to.
Right. No, and you do see that. There's a really creepy video that you can watch on the internet right now. It is of these they are North Korean. I want to make a distinction, and obviously they don't have. That is a very homogenous culture, and they're closed off. They're the hermit kingdom. Well, they released this video to show people like how superior North Korea is, and it was like these 4-year-olds playing classical guitar.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they are awesome. They're technically sound. Like, the music sounds beautiful. But then you look at the kids, and you see people who, and there's one of your teammates right there. We'll have you on in just a minute. She did some winning too. Watch, she looks like a swimmer. Folks, stick around. When you see this girl, you're going to say, that's a swimmer. There's no joy in their eyes. There's no fire in their eyes. They don't love playing the guitar. They have been, God knows what has been used to motivate them to play the guitar, but there they are, like, forced to just,
The way you make it sounds like it's very similar to the Shags.
What's
that sort
that?
of thing. The Shags, it's like a group of girls who were, I guess, caught in the pop craze a long time ago, and their dad was like, the Jackson 5 did it, so can we. And he gave these girls instruments, and he just made them play until they sort of figured it out. And actually, jazz musicians now are trying to sort of, break down what their musical notation was because it was never on tempo. There was never any actual rhythm going on. It was, but it was so weird because the drummer would start and then finish at the exact same time as everyone else.
Oh,
and
wow.
They have no idea how she did it.
That's interesting, but they were forced to do that, and
Yeah, they were
like you
definitely
said,
forced.
One of the best things about America is we get to choose real quick. We got to wrap up here, but everybody made a big deal 4 years ago, or whenever the last time Phelps went crazy in the Olympics was, about how much the guy eats. Do you have to eat a lot?
Oh yeah, I have a sandwich in my backpack and a Cliff Bar in the front. I mean, I'm always eating. It's never. I mean, to school, I bring basically an ice chest, and I eat out of the ice chest every day. My mom. Shout out to her. She actually makes it every day. She
fills your ice chest?
Yeah. I get up at let's see. I get up at 4:15. She wakes up at 4:40, and while I'm getting ready, she's packing my lunch so I can take my ice chest and walk out the door and go to practice at 5:30 in the morning.
Dude, can we take a picture of your ice chest later?
Yeah, for sure.
That is so awesome. Eric Wood, thank you so much for being on the Renegade Report. We've got
Thanks
one
for
of your
having me.
teammates coming up right now, and I'm going to have you on again later on in the season. But when we come back, we're going to talk to another swimmer. You heard about Eric Wood's ice chest, his first place in the pentathlon, and coming up right now, one of his female teammates. That's right, it's a dual-gendered sport. They let women swim now. They let women do everything now. Who am I kidding? And a lot of times they do it better than us, including when it comes to packing an ice chest. You notice Eric didn't say his dad packed his ice chest. His mom does. So coming up next, more BC swimming on the Renegade Report.